All right, we're back with book club and we are reading The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F, spelled out. And this chapter is called You Are Not Special. And he starts out the chapter by talking about Jimmy, who's a freeloader. He takes advantage of friends and girlfriends and business partners, and that's how he gets through life. And everyone sees him as a pretty selfish and awful person, eventually at least. But then he goes on to say this: what most people don't correctly identify as entitlement are those people who perpetually feel as though they're inferior and unworthy of the world. He talks about how creating a life where you're perpetually victimized is just as selfish as Jimmy, the freeloader. And we fail sometimes to identify that victim mentality as an equivalent of selfishness. Then he goes on to talk about how the extremes in the media now really cause us to see only two types of lives: extremely amazing, great lives, and extremely sad, terrible, awful lives. And yet most life actually happens in that unextraordinary middle. And yet we feel like that's not normal. What's normal is what we see on social media, all those highs and those lows. And that really hit home for me, because we start to believe that exceptional is normal instead of just being happy with the normal. So this chapter was all about you trying to learn how to love and appreciate basic experiences in life. So here are the experiences that I'm going to work really hard on loving and appreciating that live in that unextraordinary middle. So I love driving with the windows down. Unextraordinary? I think not. A quiet lunch with my husband, or listening to my 3-year-old say video games, and lastly, watching my 7-year-old create with Legos. What are your unextraordinarily normal things that you are going to appreciate today?